Hello students, I am Ketki Bhatnagar, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mass Communication from Babu Banarsi Das University. This is the 12th video lecture series of the subject Media Research and Practices. Here in this video lecture series, I'll discuss the topic communication research. That what is a communication research? Before starting with the communication research, I would like to tell you guys about what is communication. So let us start. Communication. Communication is what? Communication means the exchange of ideas, thoughts, expressions, and feelings. It is the exchange of meanings between individuals through a common system of symbols or through any channel. This word communication is a Latin word which means to share. It is the sharing of information between different individuals through a channel or through a medium. Now, what is communication research? At its broadest, communication research is concerned with identifying, exploring, and measuring the factors that surround communication in any form and regarding any topic, often from the theory-driven perspective, but increasingly with the empirically grounded methods. Communication research is what? Which is related to communication. We are looking for new findings related to communication. That how one should communicate. Communication research, or we can say as a media research, is about effect. That what is the impact of that particular message or information. It might have been otherwise consider the study of art, we can say. For example, it is not, however, the field is subdivided as audience measurement, content analysis, production process, perception, reception studies. The underlying aim not always acknowledge. It is account for the power of the media, that how a message is communicated through a channel. Although communication is an important area to study in the today's world because communication plays a vital role in our life. Communication research is conducted to clarify the communication process and help us to understand the importance of communication in our everyday life, that how it is affecting, how one's message is getting affected, or what should be the message, what should be the content that people would like it. So communication research is a very important part of our day-to-day life. Communication is an important area of studies in today's world, right? As I have discussed it earlier, we gather information depending on others to develop relationship. Yes, communication plays a vital role in establishing a new relationship with any, it can be with your clients, it can be between two people or personal. The effectiveness of our communication is related to our capabilities to interpret the word. Communication research is conducted to clarify the communication process and help us to understand the importance of communication in our everyday life. Yes, communication, without communication no one can live. It guides us to identify and explore many interrelated elements that make the communication process complete and help us to develop strategies for using communication more effectively and appropriately. Yes, if we want to communicate any message or to disseminate any information in rural area or in urban area, then our content should be appropriate and it should be in that particular language. Otherwise, our message will not have that impact on the audience. The primary purpose of communication research is to special research or investigation or a new finding and help people understand communication phenomena and direct the communication towards accomplishing individuals and organizational goals. Yes, as I have told you, communication plays a vital role in our everyday life. It can be between the clients, it can be corporate communication, it is for personal communication. If we want to make a new bonding with a person or a relation, we want to be in a relationship with anyone, so we have to communicate. For making new market, for making new customers, we have to communicate. So communication plays a vital role. Now let us move towards the next slide. the role of communication research. That what is the role of communication research? Communication research has widened its traditional focus on presentational communication to exploring such communication events and processes as the relationship between communication and attitude formation, communication and relationship development, communication and group decision making, and communication flow within an organization. Yes, communication has a very important role in every place, in our house also, in professional life, in offices, in organizations. We have to be in an effective communicator. Otherwise, whatever implementation we want, we cannot. So, communication has a great role in everyone's life. Let us move towards the next slide. New communication research. That what are the new things that are coming into communication research? Eye tracking has been one of the most widely used technologies with communication research. Largely, it gives communication scholars as the opportunity to examine more precisely how much visual attention has been paid to information. Yes, now we are getting into a digital communication. So, what is the new communication research? That is largely as it gives communication scholars to examine more precisely how much visual attentions. Yes, now the people or the audience and the market is getting affected by the visual attentions. Yes, there are many advertisements, digital media that is playing a vital role in communication research. So these are the new upcoming things into a communication research. Now let us move towards the next slide. That is need for the communication research. What is the need of communication research? Why we need it? Yes, as I have already told you, we are the living beings, so we cannot live without a communication. Communication plays a vital role in our life because no one can live all alone without shutting their mouth. We have to convey or exchange our ideas and thoughts, either it is interpersonal, intrapersonal, group, or mass communication. The channel, receiver, sender, feedback, these all things are very important for a communication. Now we will discuss what is the need for communication research. Why we need to do the communication research. Now, communication research is conducted to help people understand complex and challenging communication phenomena. That what are the complex things which are coming into communication research, and challenging communication phenomena, as well as the mundane and apparently simple everyday routines like ordinary conversations. Many areas of communication research demonstrates the complex, multifaceted nature of communication. Further, the centrality of communication in modern life makes knowledge about communication process crucially important. That why we need to do a communication research, because new things are coming, so we have to communicate in a new manner. Before this era, we were dependent on the newspapers and TV news channels for the news, but now we have so many online portals where we can explore digital media. That is a new area of a communication research. Yes, the communication is through a digital media, and it has a great impact on our youth and on every students on or on the aged people also, because everyone is into a digital zone. So we are more converting our communication into digital form, so we have to change our communication into that particular technology. So our way has been changed, so our communication is also getting changed. We cannot present the news in the TV channel same as into the newspaper. There are different things, so same goes with the digital media. We have to present our news into another way. The news content is same, but the presentation in every media like TV, newspaper, and in digital, we have the same process. So it is also a part of communication research. Systematic and rigorous research means that researchers study worthwhile topics, ask relevant questions, yes, build on previous theories, that what are the communication theories, what are the new things are coming, designs, conduct careful research, analyze data appropriately, that whatever data has been coming through communication research, or we are talking about any research, then it should be appropriate, and discuss the significance of the findings. Systematic communication inquiry adds to the body of communication knowledge by providing meaningful descriptions. Yes, your research should provide a meaning. It should not be into an air. Knowledge by providing meaningful descriptions and trustworthy explanation about complex communication phenomena. That the complex communication research phenomena, it should be explained that what are the bridges, or what are the barriers which are coming, how we can solve the problem related to communication research. Research about communication is thus needed for two reasons. What are that two reasons? To extend the growth of the communication. Yes, we want to grow our communication as much as we can, dissemination of news or any information. Discipline, and to apply what we know. So these are the things which one should bother. Now here we will start with the scope of communication research. That what is the scope? Communication research scope. That why do we need? We have discussed. Role of a communication research, we have discussed. Now the topic is scope of communication research. That what is the scope in future of a communication research? How it will help in future and in present also. Now the scope of communication research, that why it is important to have that in future perspectives. And right now, communication research undertakes the scientific study of communication process. Being scientific, it is an objective deterministic. Yes, there is an objective, there is one observation and objectivity of that particular research. It is the interdisciplinary in nature, as it borrows heavily both in terms, theory and methods from social and other sciences. Yes, in essence it involves the application of social behavior. Yes, when we are talking about communication, there is a concept of the social behavior. Yes, we have to judge, we have to talk about the social behavior, because our communication depends on social behavior and nature, and scientific method to the study of communication issues and problems. It has got a wide scope because it helps in building relationships or a relation, which eventually lead us to the process and path of progress and development. Otherwise, we will be self-centered, self-contaminated or contained, which will ultimately lead us nowhere. The exchange of idea motivate us to brainstorm, leading to research in related aspects. As I have already told you, that research communication is defined as the process of interpreting or translating complex research finding. So communication is very important, and scope is also, because where we have to find into a language format and context, and non-experts can also understand that particular message, and it goes way beyond the mere dissemination of research results. It involves a network of participants and beneficiaries also. Now we will discuss about the scope and why it is important. It has got a wide scope because it helps in building relationships. As I have told you, relations eventually lead us to the process and path of progress. Yes, communication help. If we want to advertise one into our product into a newspaper, or to advertise our product or any service into a digital, through a digital media, so we have to make our communication or a message into that particular way, so that it can influence and it can create the need of that particular product into customers mind. So we have the scope. We should always keep in mind that why communication research is important. So there are certain things which should be kept in mind that I'll discuss. First is message analysis. A message is not only about the advertising slogan or marketing line. Yes, a message is an easy and a clear idea that describes about the entire project as a whole. Yes, message analysis is very important for your communication, because if you are creating a content for a newspaper or for a news channel, then you have to realize that how we have done our analysis on that particular information. As if an advertiser or a company wants to advertise their product or service into a newspaper, digital, or through a digital media platform, or into radio, so they have to do the analysis of that particular message, that what is the message it should. So analyzing message provides a complete and easy guide to carry out the content analysis research. It set up a formal definition of quantitative content analysis, which provides what? Gradual instructions on designing a content, analyzing study, and explores in-depth research questions that recur in content analysis. Areas of measurement, sampling, reliability, data analysis, validity, and technology also. So, it should function as a guiding standard for every type of communication, from the contents of leaflets, brochures, and websites, and also for media interviews or conversations with the important people. The main point is that message must be simple and steady so that it can be understood by the audience or the target audience. Without clear and simple message, a communication agenda requires clarity and focus, and hence the agenda is at risk of becoming weak. Yes, once your message is created, it should be simple, crisp, and to the point. Otherwise, people will lead towards the miscommunication. They will not understand it, and they will leave, or they will not understand, and they will be out of the focus zone. So it should be clear cut and to the point. Now next is channel analysis. Channel means a medium through which we are communicating our message. A channel analysis is an evaluation of how and where a product should be sold. It starts with an assessment of the options for getting a specific product or service into the hands of the end of user. Yes, channel analysis, if we are creating or we are making or manufacturing a product or a service for a village people, for a rural area, then digital media is not the right channel. So we should have go for the radio advertisement, jingles would be the best for that particular, and newspapers. So one should take care of that particular channel or a medium for communication. Audience analysis. Audience means the ultimate people for whom we are creating, the target audience, the target people. Audience analysis is about gathering and analyzing information about the receivers of oral, written, or visual communication. These are our target audience. About the receiver, they are the ultimate receiver of that particular message. There are many methods that a communication researcher can use to conduct the analysis. Yes, there are many ways. Audience analysis is huge because the task of completing an audience analysis is huge. Therefore, using a multi-pronged approach to conduct the analysis is recommended by most of the researchers, often resulting in improved precision and efficiency. That who is our target audience, for whom we are creating that particular message, and for whom we are creating that content to disseminate, and it should get into an efficient way so that they can understand. Now here we will talk about the stages of communication research, that what are the stages in a particular communication research. First is the conceptualization. Conceptualization, a self-explanatory word that means concept. Here we are talking about a concept, idea generation. Conceptualization is the first phase of communication research. Yes, that what is the concept? Concept is the process of defining meaning of the terms used in the study, that defining using concepts and words based on previous scholarships, utilizing prior research, provides a basis for creating agreement upon a variable conceptualizations within the field. Conceptualization, you can also say that it is a breaking and converting research ideas into a common meanings to develop an agreement among the users, right? The researcher begins communication inquiry by engaging in such conceptualizing activities as identifying a topic worth studying, defining, yes, it is whatever topic we are taking, it is worth, it will be useful for the future scholars or right now present in present conditions, defining the primary concepts relevant to the topic and reviewing the literature. That is a very important part of a research, reviewing a literature to learn what is already known about that particular topic and phrasing the topic as a formal research problem. So the communication research first step is the conceptualizing, that what is the concept of that particular research. As a result of communication, in that an act of interpretation starts, which invokes a process of conceptualization. According to Mays, successful conceptualization will need the support of learning activities. Why it is important? Conceptualization helps to translate portion of an abstract theory into a testable hypothesis involving specific variables. So this is the first stage, that what is the idea or concept of that particular research. We are talking about a communication research. Now next is the planning and designing, how we are planning and how we are designing our that particular message for the ultimate audience. Moving from the conceptualization stage to planning and to designing research demands that the research transforms abstract concepts into operational or measurable terms. Here we are talking about a communication research. So how we are planning to create our that particular concept or a method or a message, and how we are designing that particular message for our target audience. So there are many ways to design and to plan about our ultimate message which we want to disseminate among the audience. Communication research usually rely on three general techniques for measuring research concepts. Questionnaires, yes, we can go for the questionnaires. We can go for the interviews, we can take the interviews from the people. Observation can be direct or indirect. These three measurement techniques produce different types of information. Now here we will talk about the methodologies which we use in communication research. Once the topic has been chosen and the research questions have been determined and the review of literature has been done, so the next step, that what is the methodology which we are taking, has been conducted and research has been designed. Then the researchers are ready to conduct their studies. Conducting research carefully demands understanding and adhering to the specific assumption and requirements of that particular methodology chosen. These methods guide the researchers to what evidence to look for and how to look for it, right? So the methodology means that what the methodology we are going to take for our particular communication research. Now analyzing and interpreting data, that whatever we communication message we have created for our target audience, then how we are firstly we have conceptualized it, then we have planned it, designed it, we have gone through with the methodology. Now the process has come out, that is analyzing and interpreting, that whatever the message has been created, is that particular message is authentic or reliable for that particular audience. It is the analysis and interpreting data. Once data or evidence has been gathered through the use of methodology, that methods which we have used for our study, it needs to be analyzed and interpreted. For methods like experimental, survey and sometimes textual analysis, in context of print media, in context of digital media, in context of electronic media, it means processing quantitative data through the use of appropriate statistical procedures. So, after carrying our investigation or a research study topic, scientists and engineers and communication researchers, what they do they just do the analyze the message. They just interpret that particular message, that how it will look for a meaningful, that can serve as evidence. Often, scientist seeks or a researcher seeks to determine whether the particular study related and how much they are related to each other. If we have a variable in that particular research, then how it is affecting and what is that particular variable or what is the impact of that particular message is all about. There are different ways of analyzing that qualitative and quantitative data. Yes, a communication research can be qualitative and quantitative both. Analyzing quantitative and qualitative data is often the topic of advanced research and evaluation method courses. However, there are a certain basic which can help to make sense of reams of data, that are the basic analysis of qualitative information. Make copies of data, store the master copy away, use the copy of making edits, cutting and pasting, etc. Tabulate the information, that is add up the number into ratings, rankings, yes or no. So communication research can be qualitative. If it is qualitative or it is quantitative, then we have to go for the rankings. For rating and ranking, consider computing a mean or average, and there are formulas which we have to put, and it is used in a communication research for getting the TRP of that particular program. Consider conveying the range of answers. And what are the basic analysis of qualitative information? If we are just doing content analysis of any information or any news, then read through all the data, whatever information is disseminated through the newspaper or through social media. Then what we have to do, we have to go through with all the data, right? Organize comments to similar categories, concerns, suggestions, strength and weakness of that particular information, similar experiences, programs. Label the categories if they have, if a communication message has that particular category, then we have to put that into that particular category, label that. Attempt to identify patterns, associate causal relationships in the similar concerns. Most people came from the same geographical area, most people were in the same salary range, or the same content they are looking forward, they have the same perception for watching a TV or particular news. Keep all the commentary for several years after completion in case needed for future references. So these are the things which comes under the analysis and interpretation of data of communication research. Attempt to put information in perspective so that compare results, what is expected and what is the ultimate result that has come out. So consider recommendations to help the people. Record conclusions, we have to record the conclusions, recommendation in a report and associate interpretations to justify your conclusions and recommendation. That comes under the analyzing and interpretation of data in a communication research. So let us move towards the next slide, that is reconceptualizing. That conceptualization means the idea or a new concept which is coming out. Now the reconceptualizing, in this stage the researcher rethinks. Re means doing again. Rethinks on the topic of inquiry as a result of the systematic process associated with the conceptualization, planning and designing of research, using methodology to conduct research. And once the data has been collected and analyzed, the findings need to be interpreted within the broader context of research process. Reconceptualization involves explaining the significance of the findings. In this stage, the researcher explains how the finding answered the research questions posed, that how it was posed, how it was put before that, and confirm or disconfirm the predictions made and support or refute previous theory and research. Researchers are also able to identify the problems with the research and how the problems may limit the validity and the usage of that particular findings. If we have created one concept, then how we can work on it so that if that particular concept is not appreciated or not viewed or not appreciated and not liked by our target audience, then it should be deconceptualized so that it can be accepted by the ultimate audience or receivers. This study reconceptualization communication overload and builds a theoretical foundation to understand the foundation to understand the foundation to understand how this phenomena applies in contemporary life. We build theory by relying on past research and using many methods to capture the subjective perspective of people who experience communication overload. In our refinement of this abstract concept, we identified 7 dimensions. Herein, we will talk about the 7 dimensions include compromising message quality, included compromising having many distractions, that are particular distractions which are coming out, using many information communication technologies, pressuring for decisions, feeling responsible to respond, overwhelming with the information, and piling up of the messages, and the message quality, having many distractions, communication information, and many more. So these are the things which one has to consider while taking a communication research. Yes, I have discussed that communication research is very important right now, because communication is the soul of our body, because without communication no one can live. And these are the things that why communication research is important. Yes, if we want to disseminate anything, if we want to disseminate any information, we have to do the communication research to improvise and to come up with the new ideas, to improvise the way of communicating any information amongst the target audience. So here the scope of research is done. I hope you all understood the concept of communication research, that what is a communication research, why it is important, what is the need of that particular communication research right now, and what are the things which one has to consider while doing a communication research, how to do the message analysis, how to conceptualize it, how to interpret that particular data for qualitative or quantitative or any other kind of research. And it is really important to go for a communication research, because communication is the soul of our body and we cannot live without communication. And there are many ways or many media, we can call it as a digital media is right now into this era, where we have a digital platform to share our thoughts and feelings. So the way of disseminating information has been changed, because we are into a new era, that is a digital area, that is a digital zone, or you can say a digital platform where we can share our feelings, but there is a way, there is a channel. So this is the ultimate product of communication research, because without communication research, digital platform was new for us, but now we are into that era, and that is possible through the communication research only. So I hope you all understood the communication research. Now in the next video lecture, we will discuss about the television audience measurement. We will talk about the market research, we will talk about the advertisement research, and we will also discuss many concepts related to research that is into related to communication research and also with the audience research. So it will help you to understand research in a more diverse form, because we are living in a country where we have diverse media and we have the digital platform to share our information. So the concept is ultimately based on the communication, that how particular message is get disseminate by the various media platforms, or either it is newspaper, either it is radio, either it is digital platform, but the medium has been changed, message presentation has been changed, the conceptualization of particular idea has been changed. There are many changes that are coming into communication and media studies, and that is only possible through the communication research. That's why communication research plays a vital role in our life, because somewhere it is related to our daily life, because communication is the basic need of every living being. and without communication no one can live. And for the betterment of a country, and for the progress and for the growth of a country, we need to improvise the communication strategies, we need to improvise the communication plannings, we have to design the message for our audience according to their need, according to the place, according to the geographical area, according to uh, their mindset. Otherwise people will not perceive, or the message will not be effective as we are looking forward. So for a good communicator we need to work on our communication research, so that we can make our communication or a message in an effective manner, and it will have a great impact on that particular audience, our target audience. And for the advertisement also, we have to make an advertisement for the audience, so we have to create a good content and an effective manner, so that it can create the need of that particular product into the audience or a customer, so that it can get influence, and they will perceive and they will get influence to take or to purchase that particular product or service. So this is all about the communication research. I hope you all understood. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, students.